Welcome one and all to this Racers Reunited Ferrari 430 race at the beautiful Figueroa Opera circuit, designed by Suts, who we're watching here as they move away from the line, rising from the start finish straight immediately to the leap. We don't leap on this first lap because we're not going quick enough, but you will see what I mean come the second leap. And we're down into difficult stop. Again, it's not particularly obvious why it's called difficult stop on this first lap, but yeah, you will find out later why. And we move into the hook, where we've got Goofy in the lead, which is a common sight, I'm afraid to say, at Racers Reunited. Chased by Zolon. The hook's got a difficult exit because it tightens up just before you're about to leave the corner and then drops away, so traction's not all that easy, especially with these slippery comfort tyres. And Goofy lost it a little there on the exit, so Zolon's been able to take the lead. And then now we're going into My Neighbour's Pussy, a series of left and right bends, dropping down with a very slow exit. Suts there tucked in behind Zolon, with Goofy chasing, and we've got Ifanor chasing Tan. As we go through the Octopus Head, Ifanor with his very dandy looking two-tone paintwork there, chasing Tan hard. But once you've got out of the Octopus Head, really there's nothing much that the car behind can do about it. It's just pedal to the metal and racing up the hill to Bruce's Chin. Bruce's Chin, another corner that can give problems, as Tan finds out there. And meanwhile up front we've got Suts still chasing Zolon, similar looking cars. Goofy chasing after those two as we go along the runway and over the start finish straight to the leap, where you're now going to find out why it's called the leap, because the cars leap. Then down into difficult stop. Suts is having a go on the outside, but is he going to be able to stop? No, he's not, and nor is Zolon. Oh, that gives the lead to Goofy as Zolon and Suts come back onto the track. We've got Goofy ahead of Suts, Ifanor, then it's Tan and Zolon. So 0 there in no time at all for Zolon, I'm afraid. We've got Ifanor now pushing on Suts in that difficult exit from the hook. Goofy way out in the lead. The run down through My Neighbour's Pussy. It's a tricky little thing, this. Yeah, you've got to be careful as you go into My Neighbour's Pussy. And on the exit there, Suts just running out a little bit wide, but he held on to it. Tarnell now pushing on behind. But Suts has gone wide again in the Octopus Head, giving Ifanor a bit of a sniff of second place. Goofy's looking pretty solid in first, and Zolon there quiet a long way back behind them all. His mistake certainly has cost him. Coming into, Ifanor's a little bit hot going into Bruce's Chin, and it's forced him wide and given Suts a little bit of a break. Now Tan's on the back of Ifanor. Is he going to be able to get the toe up the runway? And they're coming onto the start finish straight, and we're back towards the leap. Oh, Tan's hitting the dirt. Oh, and it's unsettled his car a little bit, but he's managed to keep hold of it. And who's that going wide? Did someone? I thought someone had gone wide in the difficult stop, but they haven't. It's bunched up nicely there. Zolon trying to get back on the back of that tight pack. Goofy, it appears, has perhaps made a mistake, because the three behind have closed up just a little. And here we are, we're approaching the series of bends as they drop down again. I'm getting it all wrong in my neighbour's pussy, but he's gathered it back up again. He's not done too badly, it didn't get too messy, that. He's leaving the... oh dear, and what's that done? Zolon now has been able to slip right through there. Tarn and Suts made substantial mistakes there, and Zolon was able to get himself through into the bronze medal position for the moment. And they're all leaving the octopus head up towards Bruce's chin. Got to fast forward a little bit here, I'm afraid, because I don't have all that much time on my memory card. We're going down into difficult stop, and Ifenor's giving Goofy all the trouble he can manage with. There is a go in, but Goofy holding on and managing to stay in the lead. What's going to happen as they leave the hook? This tricky exit. Oh, Ifenor's gone slightly sideways there. I think Goofy managed to get the power down a little bit better than Ifenor, but they are pretty much neck and neck as they go along there. But it would seem that Ifenor is going to have to back out of it as they enter my neighbour's pussy. Yeah, he has. He's still in second, still harassing Goofy, but Goofy is taking the pressure quite well. And we fast forward on to lap 5. Still Ifenor pushing Goofy over that there leap, and Zolon following on at some distance behind. Yeah, Goofy gets a lovely tight line there on the difficult stop, and holds on to that lead. Tarn pushing Suts, but once you get out of there, there's really nothing anybody can do about it. Plenty of traction once you get on the runway, or the long drag actually, do apologise. Here we are, diving down through the series of bends, and now making our way up towards Bruce's chin. Ifenor and Goofy going at it hammer and tongue, as they have been throughout the race. Zolon very slowly closing up on them. And they're dropping down into difficult stop. Goofy's managed to gather it up, and Ifenor's managed to stay on the track too, but there's no change in the order. They're very, very close, but Goofy's keeping his line right, and really there's nothing Ifenor can do to get past him. They continue on the runway. But here we are back towards my neighbour's pussy, and oh, Goofy's got a bit of a wobble on. He's got a bit of a wobble on there. As if Ifenor wasn't able to capitalise on that, but it's allowed Zolon to get right up behind the pair of them as we go through Octopus Head. So there's Goofy, Ifenor and Zolon, 1, 2 and 3, and you could throw a blanket over them. Ifenor getting slightly sideways as he gets the power on out of the Octopus Head, and we're riding with Goofy there on our way up to Bruce's chin. Will he be able to stop in time? He has. They've all stopped perfectly well, and they've all got out of the corner quite nicely. Riding with Goofy now, and there's Ifanor's view and Zolon's view as we come across the start-finish straight, or start-finish line, and head for the leap. This is what it looks like from a driver's point of view, just over 150 miles an hour. Keep your foot in. Oh, and Goofy's lost it. He lost it on the leap. Is he going to bounce back? Oh, Zolon's managed to stay down the left-hand side there, and looks like Ifanor got distracted a little bit, and now Zolon's in the lead. Well, that's a turn up for the books. Goofy managed to stay ahead of Ifanor. Ifanor chasing him, but now he's got Suts right on his tail as they exit the tricky hook. Suts pushing hard, but it looks like Zolon's away and free up there in front. Fair gap between him and Goofy, then Ifanor, and then back to Suts. And Suts has got a little bit sideways here, coming down through the series of bends, and a little bit wide on the exit and sideways on the exit. Ifanor's been able to move away a little bit there. He's now doing everything he can he's dropped it into third, going round the octopus head. Interesting tactic, but it does make it difficult getting the power down as you're leaving, I think. Bit of a short change up into fourth, but he went on the dirt and got his tyres dirty. And what's happening here? It's Tan. He's had a spin leaving the octopus head. Poor chap, that's his race over, I'm afraid. Now Goofy's chasing Zolon as we approach the runway, taking us to the start-finish straight. And we're on the 7th lap now. We're just about to go on to the 8th and final lap, and again just over 150 miles an hour. This is where Goofy lost it. A little bit wobbly, but he's managed to keep hold of it as he approaches the difficult stop, and that's Zolon smoking his way off. That's the difficult stop for you. And so now we've got Goofy in the lead. We've got Ifanor right on Goofy's tail, just as it has been vast majority of the race, and we've got Zolon's managed to get back on the track. But look at this, he's got Suts all over him. Zolon and Suts side by side, and the difficult exit from the hook, but it looks like Zolon's managed to get the power down just slightly ahead of Suts. And we're going over the undulations now as we approach my neighbour's pussy. And what's Suts going to be able to do about this? Can he get down the inside or outside maybe? No. They're both very slightly sideways, but it's Suts who's just slightly the more ragged of the two, and he's given Zolon a little bit of breathing space there. Ifanor though, no breathing space for Goofy. He's giving Goofy all the grief he can stand, I'm afraid. As they come away from the octopus head, it looks like it's Goofy's race. Here we are into Bruce's chin. Ifanor very slightly wide, but I think he's done that to get a quick exit out of Bruce's chin, but I'm afraid it's not done him any good. It looks like it's Goofy's race. So we come up the runway, over the start-finish line. It is indeed, it's Goofy first, Ifanor very, very close behind, Zolon, then Suts, and I'm afraid Tan's way back where.